Janis Michalak reflects on Spain's thorough 30 victory over Italy in the pivotal Group G World Cup qualifying clash. FC's Mark Ogden reports from Spain, after Italy's 30 loss in WCQ and the likely entry into the playoffs for qualification. Madrid: it feels as though Europe's heavyweights are taking it in turns to remind the likes of Brazil, Argentina and anyone else who backed their chances of winning the World Cup in 2018 that the real favourites are those who have recent experience of lifting the trophy. Germany delivered an ominous statement of intent by winning the Confederations Cup this summer without the majority of their established stars, relying instead on the country's emerging youngsters to keep the production line of success rolling. Then France, who were unfortunate not to win Euro 2016 on home soil last year, have produced convincing performances and victories in recent outings against England and the Netherlands, with a squad of players that have the potential to emulate the Golden Boys of 1998. Kylian Mbappé, Ousmane Dembélé, Antoine Griezmann, Paul Pogba, N'Golo Kanté, Benjamin Mendy, the list goes on for Les Bleus. And they, like Germany, are building ahead of steam just in time for the World Cup. But Spain are perhaps as strong as them both, with the 30 demolition of Italy in Madrid, and it was a demolition that could have ended with a 60 scoreline, proving that the transitional period is over and that they are now genuine contenders again. Spain-Italy game details, gamecast lineups and stats. Spain were virtually unbeatable on the world stage between 2008 and 2014, when the group stage exit from Brazil 2014 as reigning world champions signaled the end of an era for the team that had finally ended the nation's desperate wait for a World Cup. Vicente Del Bosque continued as coach until Euro 2016, when Italy knocked them out in the second round, but Julen Lopetegui has revived them, and Saturday's win over the Azzurri on Saturday confirmed that they are back to the best. Spain even went back to the days of playing with a false nine, a throwback to Del Bosque's 2010 World Cup winners, with Isco playing in an advanced role while Alvaro Morata and veteran David Villa started on the bench. Spain's time away from football's summit looks set to be short-lived given the talented, deep squad. Brazil 2014 was a write-off for Spain, and Euro 2016 was not much better, but the hangover has now lifted, and it only takes a look at the list of players who cannot even get into Lopetegui's squad to emphasize the depth of quality La Roja have at the disposal. Not for the first time, there was no place in the squad for Cesc Fabregas, Joan Mata or Ander Herrera, three established Premier League performers. Gabi, the Atletico Madrid captain, still waits for his first Spain cap, a call now unlikely to come at the age of 34, while Diego Costa's self-imposed exile in Brazil saw the Chelsea forward miss out on this squad. Once he returns to action at Chelsea, or, most likely, Atletico, Costa will probably force his way back in, as may Fernando Llorente and possibly even Fernando Torres. But there are young stars now emerging and thriving for Spain, with Real Madrid's Marco Asensio the most exciting of them all. Isco is now a certain starter, and David De Gea has established himself in goal, but the old guard of Sergio Ramos and Gerard Piqué still command the defence in front of the Manchester United goalkeeper, with Sergio Busquets remaining in place in the front of the back four. Spain's bench is another reason to back the prospects of going all the way in Russia next year. Alvaro Morata came off the bench to score late in the game against Italy, but Lopetegui can also call on Atletico's outstanding midfielder Saul Niguez, Bayern Munich's Thiago Alcantara and Chelsea's consistently reliable Pedro. Isco was sensational in Saturday's rout of Italy, proof that Spain have the talent to be the best once again. Spain know how to win, and many of the World Cup winning squad remain, so they will have an advantage over the French next year simply because, for all the potential, Les Bleus do not yet possess the winning track record of Spain's top players. Germany, if they were to go toe-to-toe with Spain, it would be impossible to call. The organization, power, confidence and class of Joachim Löw's squad would be a tough match for Spain's flair, belief, depth and individual game changers like Isco and Asensio. Still, if you are on a level with Germany, it is not a bad place to be. Some nations, England and the Netherlands, take a bow, seem to forever be in a state of transition, waiting for a new generation to finally restore the glories of yesteryear. Yet Spain have just endured 2 years of relative pain before emerging on the other side. As Italy discovered, Spain are now back in a pretty impressive place. Mark Ogden is a senior football writer for ESPN FC. Follow him at @MarkOgden_page 2. Spain inched closer towards qualifying for the World Cup as Isco's first career international bracelet La Roja passed Italy. Janis Michalak reflects on Spain's thorough 30 victory over Italy in the pivotal Group G World Cup qualifying clash. Madrid. Spain had too much quality for Italy in Saturday's big World Cup qualifier, rounding out comfortable winners. Here are 3 quick thoughts from the Group G clash. 1. Brilliant Isco inspires Spain, points Italy toward the playoffs. Real Madrid midfielder Isco produced a stunning 2-goal display as Spain defeated Italy 30 in the Spanish capital to leave the 4-time world champions facing the prospect of having to qualify for Russia 2018 through the playoffs. Having gone into, Taylor Twellman and Ian Dark join Herc Gomez and Casey Keller to dissect USMNT's disappointing display against Costa Rica. Harrison, New Jersey. To a man, the players on the U.S. men's national team said they're not worried about the World Cup qualifying prospects in the wake of Friday's 20 defeat to Costa Rica. "This is our reality at the moment," U.S. captain Michael Bradley said. "The likelihood is that it's going to go down to the wire, and that can't faze anybody, that can't scare us. Costa Rica and Mexico are gone. Us, Panama and Honduras play a few games, and one will go to the World Cup, one will go to." Mexico claimed its spot at the World Cup but still has work to do. Mexico City. Mexico's World Cup qualifying campaign appears to have been easy. Anyone looking from the outside in and seeing a team sitting top of the CONCACAF hexagonal table on 17 points from 7 games and with only 2 goals conceded, both against the United States, would assume that qualifying has been a gentle stroll. But anyone watching Mexico through each game as it booked its place at Russia 2018 knows it was a grind. The historic 21 victory in Columbus, Ohio last November against Mexico booked its ticket to the 2018 World Cup with a 10 win over Panama on Friday night. Mexico City. 3 quick thoughts from Mexico's 10 win over Panama, which sees El Tri secure the place at the 2018 World Cup in Russia. 1. Mexico books ticket to World Cup with 10 goals scored, 2 conceded, 5 wins and 2 draws. Mexico is the 5th team to qualify for Russia 2018, joining Brazil, Japan, Iran and the host country. El Tri's campaign has been almost perfect, with the team markedly improved on 4 years ago, when Mexico suffered at home against Panama and almost missed. The U.S. stumbled in the World Cup qualifying campaign with a difficult home defeat to Costa Rica. Taylor Twellman and Ian Dark join Herc Gomez and Casey Keller to dissect USMNT's disappointing display against Costa Rica. USMNT head coach Bruce Arena reflects on his side's uninspired World Cup qualifier defeat to Costa Rica. Hercules Gomez and Casey Keller reflect on the U.S.'s psyche after the crushing defeat ahead of a crucial Honduras clash. Harrison, NJ. The U.S. men's national team fell 20 to Costa Rica on Friday night, once again imperiling its chances of qualifying for the 2018 World Cup. Tico's forward Marco Arena scored goals either side of halftime, and Costa Rica's defense held firm throughout the match. Here are 3 thoughts from a humbling defeat for the U.S. 1. U.S. left frustrated against resilient Ticos. This match was always going to have a different feel than the Gold Cup encounter the two teams contested. England edged closer to World Cup qualification with victory over Malta in Group F. England edged closer to World Cup qualification with victory over Malta in Group F. Malta. 3 quick thoughts on Malta 04 England in World Cup qualifying Group F on Friday evening. 1. England limped towards World Cup job done for Gareth Southgate's England, and a decent scoreline, but the performance until scoring 3 goals in the last 6 minutes might be of concern. Harry Kane scored his first goals of the season after another barren August to help England on the way to maintaining the 12-point advantage at the top of Group F. Ryan Bertrand scored his first senior